Welcome to the Zig Ziglar channel of the Ziglar Coaching Academy. And this is where we dig into Zig Ziglar's greatest stories and pull out the coaching principles and questions that you can use to develop yourself and your clients. The video you're about to watch is about a housewife who totally transformed her life. And here's the principle that I want you to think about as you watch this video story. Small, decisive steps, even from a place of pain, can start a powerful transformation. What you feed your mind determines your appetite. Okay, watch the story and think about that as you go through it.
A number of years ago, a young depressed housewife was out in West Texas. It was one of those cold days. The wind was blowing, the dust was coming in all over the place, and she really was feeling down and depressed and miserable. So miserable at the fact that she decided that she didn't like where she was and she was going to do something about it. So what she did, she made a very basic decision. Now I call this misery motivation. She was so unhappy, I'm going to do something about it. But 1LT, the lady I'm talking about, determined she was going to do something, so she got busy. She went down to a bookstore and bought a whole bunch of books. I mean, she started reading and reading and reading, and she started getting enthused and motivated about what life really did have to offer. In other words, she had made the first step. She had taken the first one. Joe Saba, who is a speaker friend of mine, says that you don't have to be great to start, but you got to start to be great. As she was reading those books for about 6 months, and one day she went back down to the store and she picked up another book. As a matter of fact, it was on June 18, 1977. She picked up a book called See You at the Top. And she read something in there about some of the philosophies we'll be discussing throughout Strategies for Success. She read something there that really grabbed her, and what the statement really was, well, now, you know, the person who can't read really is just as well off as the person who does read, but then does nothing about it. She decided that she was going to get busy. She called the office, she talked with my executive assistant, Laura Majors, found out where I was going to be speaking, went to the session, and her fire was really lit. I mean, she was excited, she was motivated. She made a decision that day, and she decided she was going to take some action. She decided that she wanted to become a sponsor, sponsoring seminars around this country. But what had happened with her, she had gone from a depressed housewife to a lady who was a determined individual who could do a lot of things. It's not that she was not happy being a housewife, but she was unhappy with herself and what she was using as far as her abilities were concerned. When she made that little change, it was really very significant. Jerry Lynch, PhD, wrote a book, and the title of the book was in Runner's World, actually. He said, when you believe and think, I can, you activate your motivation, your commitment, your confidence, your concentration, and excitement, all of which relate directly to achievement. Wonderful place to start. And so she got that start, and she ended up sponsoring over 200 seminars in 43 cities around this country. I was privileged to be a part of many of those seminars, most of them, as a matter of fact. Hundreds of thousands of people attended them. She had a chance to study speakers, which ones reached the audience properly, which ones had a message, which one really did the job, and which ones were consistent in their lifestyles. And then she realized that a lot of them had a good message but didn't know how to deliver it. A lot of them had some good qualities but didn't know how to market those qualities. And so she made a big decision. She decided, I'm going to become a coach. I'm going to open my own business this way. I'm going to become a coach and teach these teachers. The people who are teaching others, I want to teach them. The bottom line is today, this lady who was depressed a few years ago is today one of the most motivated, excited, enthusiastic people you'll ever see. And she's teaching numbers of people how to share the concepts. See, she believes, based on her own life, that you can have everything in life that you want if you will just help enough other people get what they want. And you're going to hear me say that a number of times. It works in your personal life, it works in your family life, and it also works in your business life.
Ooh, I love that story. It's so exciting to see how somebody's life is transformed just by making new decisions and taking new actions. So here's the coaching question that you can apply to yourself, and if you're a coach, you can use with one of your clients. Is there a single small positive step you could take today that your future self will thank you for? Wow, that's powerful. All right, if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel, like, and tell your friends, and we'll see you again next time on the Ziglar Coaching Academy.